What's up everyone, welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video I'll once again be debunking that biased Mitsuki Simp that I debunked in my Sarada versus Mitsuki video. Now I offered to debate this guy, but he must have been too scared to debate me because he didn't join my Discord. So I'll be going through some of the points from his comments and debunking them. Now also, if you want more details on this topic, go watch my How Strong is Sarada Uchiha video because I provided factual evidence to prove why Sarada is stronger than Mitsuki. But I'm also going to be doing the same thing in this video, but I'm going to try to keep it brief because I already talked about this in my How Strong is Sarada Uchiha video, plus my Sarada versus Mitsuki video. Now, with that being said, let's get into some of his points. So, one crazy thing he said was, bro, you're comparing two fights. Yeah, that's how you power skill. You can compare multiple feats, and you can compare feats from multiple fights to prove why one character is stronger than another. So I prove why Sarada is stronger than Mitsuki because she has higher feats than Mitsuki. She has stronger, better feats than Mitsuki because she was capable of piercing through the body of Boro, who is a inner core member, a way stronger inner core member than Deepa, because Boro fought a stronger Team 7 than the Team 7 that Deepa fought. Deepa fought Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, and Boro fought a stronger Boruto and Sarada plus Mitsuki and Kawaki. And Sarada was capable of piercing through the body of Boro and destroying his core. I said that many times. And also, Mitsuki, he wasn't even capable of piercing through the body of first form Deepa, because Deepa, he actually had a transformation. So Mitsuki wasn't even capable of piercing through the body of first form Deepa, and Sarada was capable of piercing through the body of Boro. Now this guy wants to keep on talking about this Deepa fight. He sounds like an anime only because he keeps on talking about this Deepa fight like it actually matters. The only thing that matters from this Deepa fight when we're talking about when we're talking about Sarada versus Mitsuki, the only thing that matters is Mitsuki, with his strongest attack when he went into the Sage Mode form, couldn't do any damage to Deepa. He did 0 damage to Deepa, whereas Sarada was capable of piercing through the body of an inner core member who is Boro. Now, at most, you can probably argue, well, Mitsuki was able to knock Deepa off his balance, which that's really nothing because Deepa didn't even have a scratch on him. He wasn't hurt. Him getting knocked off his balance doesn't mean anything. And plus, he could have been kneeling down on the ground on purpose because we seen later on in episode 166, he was kneeling down on a tree branch when he's talking to Victor. So just because he was kneeling down doesn't mean Mitsuki actually did anything to him. He could have been kneeling down on purpose. And he said, regrettably, the Hashirama still takes priority right now. So he let Team 7 escape. All Mitsuki did was provide a distraction long enough to allow him and Team 7 to escape. That's all Mitsuki did. He didn't do any damage to Deepa. Because, and by the way, in terms of visual damage, Boruto actually did more visual damage to Deepa than Mitsuki because Boruto's Rasengan was capable of creating a huge dent in Deepa. Whereas Mitsuki's Sage Mode Snake Lightning did nothing against Deepa. And Lightning Style is supposed to be Deepa's weakness. Lightning Style and Fire Style, well, Lightning is basically stronger fire. So that's supposed to be Deepa's weakness, and yet it did 0 damage to Deepa, whereas Boruto's Rasengan actually created a dent in Deepa. So Boruto's Rasengan did more visual damage to Deepa than Mitsuki did. But anyways, yeah. Sarada scales higher than Mitsuki. She was capable of having a prolonged one-on-one fight against Boro because, yeah, Sarada was capable of having a prolonged one-on-one fight against Boro, who is a stronger inner core member than Deepa. Mitsuki has never went one-on-one with a core member. He never had a prolonged one-on-one fight against a core member. The most he did was use his Snake Lightning against Deepa, and it did 0 damage to Deepa. Now, also, this guy said Sage Mode Mitsuki might be stronger than Sage Mode Naruto. Now, that's completely headcanon. There's no evidence to prove that. And even if you did say that, that wouldn't change the fact that Sarada scales higher than Mitsuki because she has higher feats. I mean, she has better feats than Mitsuki because she was capable of piercing through the body of an inner core member who is stronger than Deepa. And Mitsuki wasn't even capable of piercing through the body of first form Deepa before Deepa even uses his transformation. But anyways, yeah, there's no factual evidence to prove that Sage Mode Mitsuki is stronger than Sage Mode Naruto or even as strong as Sage Mode Naruto. Actually, Sage Modes vary in power. Hashirama's Sage Mode is stronger than the Sage Mode that Naruto used against Pain, the Toad Sage Mode. Hashirama's Sage Mode is stronger than Toad Sage Mode Naruto from the Pain arc because Hashirama was capable of taking out the full Nine Tails plus Madara Susanoo with his Sage Mode. Whereas Naruto, he couldn't beat Pain. And well, he beat Pain, but he beat Pain after he had help from the Nine Tails. So this guy also said, well, he was basically, first of all, me saying Sarada is stronger than Sage Mode Naruto, which, like I said, in my How Strong is Sarada Uchiha video, I did say that Sarada is factually stronger than Sage Mode Naruto. But then a couple seconds later, I corrected myself and said, okay, well, that might not be factual. But I could do a whole separate video talking about that. I'm not talking about that in this video, really. But yeah, the reason why I basically corrected myself in that video because I didn't want to get into that. I'm going to need to analyze more stuff in the series before I can definitively say that. But yeah, even if I did say Sarada is stronger than Sage Mode Naruto from the Pain arc, that wouldn't mean that Sarada is stronger than Pain. He tried to say, well, he basically said Sage Mode Naruto beat Pain, which is actually wrong. Pain actually beat Sage Mode Naruto. He had Sage Mode Naruto pinned down on the ground. He had already captured Sage Mode Naruto. The only reason why Naruto was able to survive and eventually beat Pain is because Hinata came in and then she got herself almost killed by Pain, and that made Naruto very angry, and Naruto went into his 6 tails form, and then he eventually went into like 8 tails form of his 9 tails. And the reason he didn't do that initially is because he had made a vow to himself that he wasn't going to use the 9 tails chakra. But once he seen that Hinata looked like she died from Pain, he actually got so angry that he unleashed the 9 tails fox and he started using 9 tails chakra. That's the only reason why Naruto was able to beat Pain. He weakened Pain with 9 tails chakra, and then later he used Sage Mode to finish Pain off. But he didn't beat Pain with only Sage Mode. So if I did say Sarada was stronger than Sage Mode Naruto, that's not the same thing as saying Sarada is stronger than Pain, because Pain is actually stronger than Sage Mode Naruto. Naruto needed the 9 tails to beat Pain. So yeah, and what else did this guy say? He also brought up Kakashi and said Kakashi had more experience with a Sharingan. First of all, like I just said, me saying Sarada is stronger than Sage Mode Naruto, which, like I said, I already said that that's not factual. I might do a whole separate video talking about that later once I analyze more stuff from the series. But I literally, he shouldn't even brought that up, because I already literally said in that video that might not be factual. So I already corrected myself in that video. He should never even brought that up. But also, Kakashi, as far as him having so-called more experience with a Sharingan, Obito literally said that the true power of the Sharingan is only unleashed when you use both of the Sharingans together. And Kakashi only had one 3-Tomoe Sharingan at that point. And Sarada, she has 2 3-Tomoe Sharingan in both her eyes. So she had the full power of the Sharingan unleashed, whereas Kakashi wasn't unleashing the full power of his Sharingan, because Obito literally said you need both Sharingan to unleash his full power. So yeah, I think that I debunked all of I basically debunked the majority of his points. The stuff that this guy says doesn't make any sense at all. He uses headcanon, and I've completely debunked them, and I've already provided factual evidence that proves why Sarada scales above Mitsuki and Sage Mode Mitsuki. Sarada is just stronger than Mitsuki, period. I already provided factual evidence to prove that. And also, she could one-shot Mitsuki with Genjutsu, because Mitsuki doesn't have a counter to Sharingan-based Genjutsu. The only sure way to counter a Sharingan-based Genjutsu is by using a Uchiha Dojutsu. You need a Uchiha you need an Uchiha Dojutsu in order to break through or counter a Sharingan-based Genjutsu. And Mitsuki doesn't have that. That's the only sure way to counter a Sharingan-based Genjutsu is with an Uchiha Dojutsu, which Mitsuki doesn't have. And if you want more information and details about why I know Sarada is stronger than Mitsuki, go watch my How Strong is Sarada Uchiha video. In that video, I provided factual evidence that proves that Sarada Uchiha is stronger than Mitsuki. Just like in this video, I've been providing factual evidence that proves that Sarada is stronger than Mitsuki. Now, with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked the video, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And click that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. And if you're a Mitsuki simp, you might as well just leave my channel, because I have a very low tolerance for stupidity. And if you keep on bringing these stupid comments, I'm definitely gonna block you because I'm not gonna keep on repeating myself. I already debunked all your points, and I proved why Sarada is stronger than Sage Momiski. Now, with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.